Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. My name is Carla Rylance.
And I'm Natalie Puhalski, and we are thrilled to be your hosts today for Behaviour Interactive's first ever Behaviour Beyond Showcase.
In addition to this being our debut showcase event, 2022 also marks Behaviour's 30-year anniversary milestone as a studio. Since opening our doors back in 1992, we've established ourselves as Canada's largest independent game developer and publisher. We've collaborated on hit franchises that you know and love, from the Halo series to Gears 5 and Assassin's Creed Rebellion.
But many of you probably know us best for our original title, Dead by Daylight, which just celebrated its 6th year anniversary. And after surpassing 50 million players worldwide this past year, we're not slowing down anytime soon. And for what it's worth, Behaviour isn't slowing down either. Today, we're going to be revealing a first look at some key titles from our diverse slate of upcoming games.
We'll explore a unique puzzle multiplayer set in a breathtaking open world of mystery and wonder.
A kinetic brawler where your greatest weapon is gravity itself.
We'll also be taking a look at the newly released Jurassic World Primal Ops and sharing an update on the fan favourite, Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, the game we didn't know you couldn't live without.
And to close the show, we'll premiere the next highly anticipated chapter in Dead by Daylight, Resident Evil Project W.
But first, we are incredibly excited to kick things off with the world premiere of the next major release from Behaviour Interactive. This game mixes creativity, strategy, and action in ways you have never seen before, and in proper Behaviour fashion, is guaranteed to make for some truly unique shared moments.
We call it Meet Your Maker.
Custodian. In the wasteland, only one thing matters. Pure genetic material. Take all you can and build anything to protect it.
Hello, my name is Ash, and I'm the creative director of Behaviour Interactive's newest original IP, Meet Your Maker. We have a ton of content to share with you today, and I'll be giving you an overview of our gameplay and breaking down how we designed Meet Your Maker as a one-of-a-kind first-person building and raiding game. I'll also be sharing how you can sign up right now for our closed playtest to try the game early. We have so much to show you today. In fact, we can't even fit it all into this one segment. So stay tuned right after the Dead by Daylight presentation for a full hour-long Meet Your Maker panel featuring exclusive gameplay and interviews with the core members of our dev team. All right, let's get to it. What is Meet Your Maker? Meet Your Maker is a post-apocalyptic building and raiding game where every level is designed by players for players. User-generated content is truly at the heart of this experience. Set in a dying world, you play as the custodian of a sanctuary and servant to the Chimera, a living experiment created as a last resort to save all life on Earth. The Chimera is a higher form of consciousness and the key to humanity's salvation, and it runs the sanctuary, your home and safe haven in this terrible world. To help it evolve, you'll need to provide it with the most coveted resource in this futuristic wasteland: pure genetic material. Meet Your Maker's gameplay revolves around the creation and infiltration of levels called outposts. They extract and protect your precious genetic material, and if you're not building an outpost to gather your own, you will be breaking into other people's to steal theirs. Both building and raiding are played entirely in first person and asynchronously. That means that you call the shots, deciding how much time you want to spend in each role and when you want to switch between them. Building an outpost is about strategic design. You need to use every brutal tool at your disposal to lure, outwit, and kill other players. Raiding, on the other hand, is about challenging yourself to survive the twisted outposts that are created by others. Between each gameplay session, you'll return to the sanctuary for the opportunity to upgrade the Chimera and any one of your 5 trustworthy advisors, and then you'll unlock powerful new building and raiding gear in the process. When building in Meet Your Maker, our goal is to make you feel like a true mastermind, conducting your own symphony of destruction. Each trap and guard can be customized with mods and augments, allowing you to tweak everything from the speed and range of your traps to the armor and patrol paths of your guards. These elements combine to make building a strategic exercise, while adding cosmetics allows for even more personalization, making for some truly unique feats of architecture. We also wanted to create a sense of freedom that comes from never having to commit to a final design. Building is really iterative, so it means you can return anytime you like to level up your outposts or improve them. For raiders, this means that the variety of outposts they can experience will be massive and always changing. Raiding is all about entering those other players' outposts and overcoming what they've built. And death is definitely part of that process. You will die, and you'll retry often as you need to adapt your strategy and loadout based on the unique designs that you're going to face. It's really dynamic and methodical, and it makes for some very intense action. Each weapon that you select offers a different style of gameplay. Some can destroy armor, others deflect projectiles. Your grapple hook is the ace up your sleeve and gives you the additional 360 mobility you need to get out of hot situations or close in to take out enemies. And on the social side of things, since there's no point in designing the ultimate death trap if you can't enjoy your handiwork, you'll of course be able to share your outpost with your friends and communities. And then you're going to watch them all die in your outpost via our replay camera. Trust us, this never gets old. On behalf of the entire dev team, we hope you enjoyed this first look at Meet Your Maker. Stay tuned after the Behavior Beyond showcase for a full building and raiding gameplay session and a closer look at the sanctuary. And finally, starting today, we're thrilled to be opening up registration for our closed playtest. This is your chance to not only get your hands on the game early, but also for you to give us your feedback before launch, which is incredibly valuable to us. Just click on the link in the description of this video and head to our official website to sign up. The closed playtest begins in a few weeks, on August the 23rd. Whether you're selected or not, everyone who registered will receive an in-game cosmetic reward. Thank you, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
So cool. I have been playing Meet Your Maker with the team at Behaviour over the past few months, and I have been absolutely blown away by some of those crazy outposts that people have been building.
I know. I can't even imagine what players around the world are going to start building and raiding and creating once they get their hands on it themselves. So make sure you sign up for that closed playtest and try it out for yourself. It is an absolute blast. And stay tuned, because there's going to be a Meet Your Maker deep dive panel right after the show.
On June 10th, Jurassic World Dominion topped the global box office, pulling fans of the franchise into a brand new world where dinosaurs now live alongside humans. Now, the story of that world continues to unfold with Jurassic World Primal Ops, the new mobile action-adventure game from Behaviour Interactive and Universal Games and digital platforms.
Let's catch up with the dev team to see how they brought this massive new adventure to life.
Jurassic World Primal Ops is a very welcome addition to the Jurassic World gaming universe, and what we are is the first action-adventure game in that space for mobile.
Jurassic World Primal Ops, c'est un top-down aventure-action dans lequel tu coopères avec des dinosaures pour aller sauver d'autres dinosaures contre une organisation de braconniers.
There's so many dinosaurs that you can collect, and these are all dinosaurs that people know and love from either the games or the movie franchise.
When you summon your large dinosaur companions, like a T-Rex comes stomping through, that's like an unforgettable moment. You know, we just kind of came up with this idea of destructible assets, destructible environments, everything must be destructible. And it was always said that it couldn't be done, but here we are, it's in there.
C'est justement comprendre en fait les dinosaures, de voir c'est quoi leurs différentes particularités, de choisir le bon match pour les apporter dans une mission. Je suis assez fière de travailler sur Jurassic.
It's such a big franchise that the name holds a lot of weight. So there's a little bit, I don't want to say pressure, but you want to do good by the franchise. You want to make sure that the fans of this franchise, who have been fans for like over 20 years, that they like it, that we're being truthful to the dinosaur, being truthful to the franchise, what it stands for.
The franchise itself, I think, has captured imagination for quite a long time. To be a part of something that has touched so many people is nothing short of an honor.
That was incredible. Congrats to the entire team on delivering an epic Jurassic World experience. Head over to the Jurassic World Primal Ops social pages to watch the full inside look video.
Jurassic World Primal Ops is available right now on iOS and Android. So go download it today and start making the world a better place for dinosaurs and humans alike. And Jurassic World Dominion is in theaters now.
So, Carla, do you by any chance remember that surprise announcement that we made back in May? Oh, you know, the one that made a very thirsty Dead by Daylight community even thirstier?
Well, how could I forget? Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. I've put it on my wish list and I am just counting down the nanoseconds until I can play.
Well, if you're as excited as I am, then I have some very exciting news for you and for our very eager fans too. Check this out. Yes, that's right. Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, is out and available to buy right now, as in today.
Choice-based dialogue, multiple endings, mini-games, and 4 gorgeous killers, all looking for love, are all on the menu. So go download the game on Steam and fall in love with Hooked on You now.
Our next game takes us from the beach to the furthest reaches of the cosmos. Here in deep space, a fun-loving gang of outsiders host a wild fighting game where the party never stops and the rules of gravity are yours to bend.
Colourful, chaotic, and as fun to look at as it is to play, this party brawler is perfect for a quick match or a night of all-out war with your friends. Here is your first look at Flippin' Misfits. So clearly, Behaviour is making a lot of new games in-house these days, but we're also happy to report that we're not stopping there. For the next game on our list, we'll be partnering with a fellow developer, in this case, the team at Lunark Studios, to bring an intriguing new IP to life.
It takes place in a gorgeous open world where exploration is everything, and a curious mind is the only weapon you'll need.
Hi, I'm Elliot Grant, CEO and Game Director at Lunark Studios, and today we'll be sharing a first glimpse of a new untitled game we're currently calling Project S, an original open-world multiplayer puzzle game that we're developing in partnership with our friends at Behaviour Interactive. Now, one of the traits that makes us uniquely human is our natural sense of curiosity. We're fascinated by that which perplexes us, and we take joy in exploring, discovering things, and untangling mysteries. For myself, there's nothing more satisfying than the moment when suddenly it clicks and you realize that you've just figured something out. Project S is our effort to distill that feeling down to its purest form, inviting players into a breathtaking open world densely packed with surprising and delightful creations from some of the most innovative and talented minds in puzzle design. Let's take a look. As you just saw, Project S takes place in a mysterious realm filled with floating islands, ancient architecture, and awe-inspiring vistas, which you and your fellow explorers can discover in a number of solo or multiplayer game modes. Embedded in the landscape, you'll find a massive variety of otherworldly puzzles to solve. As you explore the different areas of the world, you'll complete quests, find secrets, and discover new puzzle islands, all while learning more about the origin and fate of this mysterious universe. So that's Project S, a fresh take on an open world adventure where you'll find lovingly handcrafted puzzles, a stunning open world, and the ability to freely explore at your own pace, alone or with friends. We'll be launching in 2023, and we look forward to sharing more with you in the months ahead. Thanks for watching.
Wow, thanks, Elliot. Speaking for the whole team here at Behaviour, we couldn't be more excited about this partnership and the chance to deliver a completely new type of experience to our players.
You can head over to Project S's Steam page right now to learn more, wishlist the game, and even sign up for a chance to take part in its closed playtest. Finally, it's been a little over a year since Dead by Daylight wowed fans with their biggest crossover yet, the Resident Evil chapter featuring Leon Kennedy, Jill Valentine, and the Nemesis. This summer, we're proud to be continuing that legacy with our second chapter dedicated to gaming's biggest horror franchise.
Here's Mathieu Cote and Dave Richard to break down everything you need to know about Project W.
Hi everyone, I'm Mathieu Cote. I'm the head of partnerships at Behaviour, and today I'm super excited to bring you our second collaboration with Capcom in order to extend the Resident Evil content in Dead by Daylight. Now with this new chapter, the goal for us was to go bigger and deeper with the introduction of 3 new characters from the Resident Evil franchise and to add some big improvements to the Raccoon City Police Station map. We hope that you enjoy these additions. Now, whether you prefer to play as Jill, Leon, Nemesis, or some of the new characters we're about to announce, we're very proud of the fact that this is only possible to do in one place, and that is Dead by Daylight. Now, that's it for me today. Dave, why don't you tell us a bit more about this big family reunion?
Hey everyone, I'm Dave Richard, Creative Director on Dead by Daylight. First of all, I would like to thank you all for the great reception when we revealed the teaser for the new Resident Evil chapter a few weeks ago during our 6th anniversary broadcast. Today, I'm glad to be back to share more details about it. As some of you may know, it's the first time in the history of Dead by Daylight that we are creating a second chapter in the same licensed universe. As a Resident Evil fan myself, I could not be happier to see the second collaboration come to life. So let's talk about the content of Dead by Daylight, Resident Evil, Project W.
I'll kill you quickly. You will not live to see the dawn.
Let's start with the 2 survivors for this chapter. Our first new survivor is Ada Wong, the enigmatic underworld spy. Our unique perks highlight her adaptability to face impossible situations, and they will make you feel like a highly trained double agent. The second survivor is Rebecca Chambers, the biochemistry prodigy. Her unique perks highlight her support skill as a STARS medic and the fact that she is a very fast learner. Now for the killer. After choosing a classic monster from the Resident Evil universe last year with the Nemesis, we've decided to go a different route. This new chapter focuses on the series' iconic villain, the mastermind Albert Wesker, the cold-blooded, ambitious, and driven virologist. Wesker will use his Ouroboros superhuman abilities to dash at incredible speed and attempt to catch survivors. Once a survivor is caught, depending on the situation, Wesker can tackle them, throw them, and try to injure them, or pick them up instantly. Of course, it would not be a true Resident Evil experience if there would not be some sort of infection in the power. And thus, any survivor that's caught by Wesker's dash is infected with the Ouroboros virus. This will slow down their movement speed, making them even easier prey. Survivors can alleviate the infection by using sprays found in supply crates around the maps. Wesker comes with 3 unique perks, and they will match his unyielding discipline and will make you feel like an elite superhuman and a grand schemer. Also coming with the new release, some quality of life changes to the Raccoon City Police Station map. We heard your feedback and we analyzed it. And the team worked really hard to make it more enjoyable to play while staying true to the overall Resident Evil feel and design. Moving forward, the Raccoon City Police Station will be split in 2 separate maps, built around the west and the east wing. The main hall will remain a consistent presence on both maps, but this new layout will mean that both of the map will be smaller than the original. It will also be far easier to take the action outside with additional access to the exterior section. We've also improved the general flow of navigation by making the maps more porous. There's more entry points now in various rooms and walls. We've also added more space to corridors and rooms to make it more breathable and enable a better gameplay in chases. Finally, we've worked on various other quality of life improvements, like reducing dead ends. The updates to the map will of course be available for free for all Dead by Daylight players. For any new Steam players, we have something really exciting for you. You'll have the opportunity to get everything at once with the Dead by Daylight Resident Evil Collaboration Bundle. So I hope you are as excited as us about this upcoming chapter. Please stay tuned for the PTB announcement, and of course, the official release date of Dead by Daylight Resident Evil Project W.
And that's a wrap on our very first Behavior Beyond. Remember, Jurassic World Primal Ops and Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, are both available for you to play today, as in right now. No waiting required. So go check them out!
The gravity-swapping chaos of flipping Misfits and Dead by Daylight's terrifying new Resident Evil chapter, Project W, are both right around the corner, with Resident Evil Project W's PTB out very soon, followed by the start of your quest for wisdom with Project S in 2023. We also got an absolutely epic reveal of the one-of-a-kind post-apocalyptic building and raiding game, Meet Your Maker.
You can head over to the game's website today to sign up for their closed playtest beginning later this month. And keep watching right now for an hour-long Meet Your Maker panel featuring tons of exclusive gameplay.
Thank you for joining us for our first ever Behaviour Beyond.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Welcome everybody, welcome, very excited to be here today. My name is Morgan and I am here the community manager at Behaviour working on Meet Your Maker. So we've just presented to you Meet Your Maker through the Behaviour Beyond event. You've seen a little bit of it, but today we're going to be diving into the world of Meet Your Maker and we will be showing you some gameplay. So it's very exciting. You will be able to, of course, play the game very soon because we'll be going through a closed playtest. And in order to join, you can already go on the website and sign up for the playtest. Very easy. Just go there, sign up, join us, play the game. So to talk about Meet Your Maker, I'm not alone today. I'm joined by amazing people who've been working on the game throughout many years now. And I'm joined by Ash, who is our creative director. Then I'm also joined by Inouk, who is our game designer and he is our building expert. And then I'm joined by Pierre, who is our lead game designer and he is our rating expert. So we've just revealed Meet Your Maker to the world. Very exciting. It's the first time we're seeing the game and I want to learn a bit more about how you feel to be here today. Can you tell us a bit more about that, Ash?
Well, I think I speak for all of us when I say just how excited we are to reveal Behaviour Interactive's newest original game, Meet Your Maker. I'm looking forward to being able to tell you all about our take on building and raiding. The game's been in development for a while now, and we're still quite a long way away from the end. But we're going to be showing you some of our work from the latest build of our game.
Well, that's exciting to hear. I want to hear a bit more about what you feel about this, Pierre. Can you tell us?
Absolutely. So, like on my side, like everyone here, I'm super happy to finally be able to reveal the game, start getting some activity and feedback on it from the community. I'm especially interested in seeing the reception of our raiding gameplay and kind of what people are thinking about that.
Ah, that's cool. And we'll be seeing you a bit more later to talk about raiding.
Oh, yeah.
Now I want to turn to you now, Inouk. Can you tell us more?
Absolutely. So on my side, I'm eager to see what the community has in store for us once they put their hand on the tools we provide for them. I want them to build beautiful outposts, and I want them to build deadly outposts.
Well, that's all very, very exciting, and I cannot wait to go through our event and everything we have in store for you today. So as I mentioned, a bit earlier, we will have a playtest. You will be able to play this game. You will be able to try it. And the playtest is actually coming on the 23rd of August, so it's coming very, very soon. So stay tuned, because we'll share with you how you will be able to sign up to our closed playtests. So before we dive into gameplay, because I know you're very excited about seeing the game, I want to understand a little bit more about what Meet Your Maker is all about and what makes Meet Your Maker. So I'm going to turn to you, Ash, and please, can you tell us a little bit more? Give us an overview of what the game is.
So, Meet Your Maker is a futuristic first-person building and raiding game where every level is built by players for other players. And you're going to be able to switch between these two roles, either building deadly maze-like outposts filled with lethal traps and guards, or gearing up for methodical, fast-paced raiding and trying to tackle these player-built creations. It's two very different gameplays that come together into one core game. So on one side, you've got the building, where you'll strategically be building the deadliest outpost you can to try and kill trespassing players. It's creative, cunning, and thoughtful gameplay. And then on the other side, you've got the raiding. It's completely different, and this is where you're going to raid these player-built outposts. You're going to die, retry, adapt, and eventually overcome the challenge that's in front of you. And it's really dynamic and methodical. And both building and raiding can both be done in co-op, which is great. And of course, at the heart of the whole experience beats the user-generated content that really connects players, brings the whole thing together, creates variety and replayability, and is endlessly entertaining in the way that only your community can build for you.
Wow. So you were mentioning raiding, right? And I want to turn to you, Pierre, because I want to learn more about raiding in Meet Your Maker. Tell us more, please.
Yes, let's talk about raiding. Raiding is all about action. It's surprising. It's brutal. Your goal when you're raiding is to get into the outpost, steal the genetic material, and get out of there without dying, or with dying at least the least amount of time as possible. This will be challenging since every outpost is player-built and thus very unique and different. Every raid is different. In order to succeed as a raider, you'll be able to fully customize your loadout. You do that by picking a suit with up to 3 perks, equipping yourself with 2 weapons from the ranged melee and defensive weapon category, and finally you'll be able to complement your loadout by picking 2 hardware consumables that will be able to complement your play styles. Every raider also comes equipped with a grappling hook, and it comes equipped that is very useful to avoid danger and also reach the higher ground. It was important for us from the beginning, when we decided to make Meet Your Maker, that the game was very accessible to all types of player and offered support all types of play style. So whether you want to be slower calculated or faster daring, the game offers you the tools to do that. Raiding is methodical. You must be on your toes because everything in there is out to kill you and you'll die in one shot. So every death also reveals a new strategy for you to learn from, adapt, and survive.
All right. Well, I'm getting to know a little bit more about raiding, but of course raiding is linked to building, right? Because every outpost is created by the community. So I want to turn to you, Inouk, and I want to learn more about building. So can you tell us a little bit more?
Absolutely. So building is all about creating a perfect death trap to kill other players. So as Pierre was mentioning, raiding is quick. It's fast-paced. Contrary to raiding, building is done at your own pace. Players will not raid your outpost until you are ready, until you activate the outpost and put it online. While you're building, you will become a devious mastermind in order to kill the trespassing players. To kill them, you'll need a combination of both strategic and creative thinking in order to lure and outwit the raiders. You will start by purchasing a plot of land. You're going to build up the structure, and then you're going to fortify it using traps and guards. You'll be able to record the guards on patrols in order to surprise and flank the player. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can activate your outpost and matchmake it online. That's when players will start to raid it, and that's when you start getting those sweet, sweet kills.
Well, I got to learn a little bit more about, the core gameplay of Meet Your Maker, but I want to understand the story behind it because we are in this awesome set, so of course it's related. So tell us more about the story behind Meet Your Maker.
Meet Your Maker is set on Earth in the far future, and as you can see, the world is dying. And this is a story of survival of the entire human race. Humanity has now come to the brink of extinction after the world was devastated by a genetic disease. But there is still hope, and it comes in the bodies of some ancient dead people who still have uncorrupted genetics in their bones that you can extract and bring back. And your goal is to head out into the wasteland, extract this genetic material from your plot of land, or going to steal it from other people's outposts.
So now that we learn a little bit more about the game, we're going to go through some gameplay. We're going to go through a full raiding and building session. So first, I want to understand what we have in front of us right now. So can you tell us what is going on, Ash?
All right, so welcome to the Sanctuary, your home and safe haven. And it's from here that you set out to engage in either the building or the raiding gameplay. Now, because the game is asynchronous, you can choose how you want to play. Either the raiding or the building, depends on what you're in the mood for at the time. It's also the home of a character known as the Chimera. Now, the Chimera is the focal point of the Sanctuary, and everything that happens here is done for the Chimera. The Chimera was the one who brought you to this world, and it instructs you on how you have to survive, and survival is the key. And the first thing the Chimera tells you is that the world is almost dead, and from here, it's up to you. Your goal is to head out and bring genetic material back to try and improve the Chimera and perhaps one day save the world. To help you in the task, you have these 5 advisors. These are clones that are created by the Chimera to help you, and they're really important as they're the way you gain all your new equipment for raiding and building. Each one has their own story to tell, and it's through them that you'll learn a little bit more about what has happened in the years that you have missed. And they will also help you in your goal to find the genetic material. So out of the windows here, you'll see the wasteland, this disease-ravaged landscape where nothing human can survive. Out there, in the remains of a few dead, ancient bodies, might lie a cure for the disease that has brought the world to the brink of extinction. Deep in that disease belt lie the sites where the genetic material is found, and it's up to you to build an outpost to extract it. Or, someone's got there first, it's time to suit up and go and steal it from them. Mm-hmm. So you're going to bring this stream of genetic material back to the Sanctuary and use it to level up each of these advisors. This in turn makes the Chimera stronger, and the Chimera will reward you with equipment, either traps and guards for building, or suits, weapons and hardware for raiding.
So this is the command center. The command center is a very important part of your hub. It is from here that players will be able to pick outposts to raid or build. On the raid map, outposts will be categorized by size, difficulty, and type of genetic material that they will yield. We're now going to enter Metuchen, a medium difficulty outpost built by Inuk, which is bound to be a great one. So here we enter a raid. This is what you see. Every time you enter a raid, you land on this landing pad a short distance away from the outpost. You're in a safe zone. While in a safe zone, nothing can harm you. It provides you with the opportunity to change your loadout if you so want to. You can get a good view of the outpost. In the case of this one, it's obviously quite impressive. Around us, we notice the wasteland, but what I'm really interested in is what's inside this outpost in the middle of this plot of land there. On the left is the shipping station that is used to send the genetic material back to the Sanctuary. Every outpost has one. We'll come back to it soon. Meet Your Maker controls are very intuitive. and super accessible. We have a jump, a double jump, and a grapple, to add mobility. It was important for us from the beginning that the game was very easy to pick up and play. Out there is nothing. This is what's left of the world, basically a land of death. Now that I know that this outpost is out to get me, I gotta be careful. It's always a good idea to kind of scope the area, the exterior of it, kind of get a bearing of the land and find the entrance. This is the harvester. It brings the genetic material from deep within the outpost to the shipping station. If I want to find the genetic material inside the outpost, I can follow it, and I'll kind of know exactly where the gen mat is. So I'm going to just follow him, kind of look around, make sure there's no traps around that are going to be able to take me out. I know there's bound to be some danger around here. Here, my danger indicator informs me that there was a hidden bolt shot trap. In the corner, I was able to quickly dodge it. The bolt shot trap is a long-range trap that spots the player in front of it, and it'll shoot straight. You just got to avoid the volley of arrows that comes out of it. Here I spot this other bolt shot. Ammo is scarce in the wasteland. A ranged weapon have limited ammo. If you fire a projectile weapon, you want to be sure to retrieve your projectiles in order to be able to reload and use it again. Oh, there was a clever trap combo here, placed by a nook that I was able to survive. We saw the bomb ejector releasing a series of bouncing bombs. Those are nasty because you never know where they're going to end up. Below was my first encounter with two guards. These are the enforcer guards. They're ranged units that challenge the player at mid-range. I'm able to shoot the first one and grapple to the second one and take it out.
So what you're going to see here is a cache that contains a whole lot of the building material that you're going to use later in the game to build all your outposts. And what's really interesting about these is the builders have them placed on the plot of land before they start building, so they can use them as a lure for the raiders, because they know the raiders are going to want to come and get this precious resource, and so they can set traps around them and all kinds of different things.
Exactly. So here, continuing, I'm able to get back into it. I spot this other bolt shot trap, probably hoping to get me in the back. I was able to take it out. Here we have a new trap also. It's called the incinerator. This trap looks amazing. It's special because it will trigger multiple times. Too many of these in tight quarters and you'll be toast quickly. I'm able to take it out here. And here I get killed by a two-trap combo. I got grappled by the iron claw that grabbed me and pulled me into the area of the other trap that is the impaler, which swiftly took care of me. So now that I know a bit more about this outpost that I'm facing, I will go ahead and modify my loadout a little. First, I will go and remove my Fury's Edge sword and replace it for a more defensive weapon, the Arc Barrier. The Arc Barrier is amazing because it lacks offensive capabilities, but it gives me that little extra survivability that I want by creating an invulnerability bubble around me for a short time. I will also go ahead and remove my blast grenade and replace it with the spike drive, which gives me a bit of a speed boost when I need to, get out of dodge quickly.
Now, the most important thing you need to know about restarting an outpost is that everything resets. All the traps, all the guards, they're all going to reset. And every time you die, this happens. But every time you die, you're also going to gain the most important thing of all, which is knowledge. And with this knowledge, you're free to move much faster back through the outpost. You're going to know the traps, where they happen, and how to deal with them. You can use the grapple hook to go even faster to get you back to where you were. Which Pierre is doing. And now you're going to come into a room, you're going to have these guards, he's going to use his new loadout here. You're going to see him using the arc barrier to deflect those shots and make very quick work of these guards. And then soon enough he'll be right back where he was, about to tackle this particularly nasty trap combo in Nook build here. But again, he knows about it now, it's all fine, he's going to take care of it and he's going to move on.
Okay, here we see the appearance of our first melee unit, the Warmonger. It's a very imposing unit that will rush you and attempt to slice you up with his bladed arms. And here's another Warmonger. This one is modified with plating armor that gives it extra survivability. In this case, you have to break the armor, reveal the flesh, and then shoot another shot to be able to get the kill. Both guards and traps can be customized in various ways to alter their basic behavior. Here, moving ahead a little. Oh, I'm able to, yes, this is where I use the arc barrier, or the flash barrier, I should say. Deploys a small shield of invulnerability around me. From the safety of them, I'm able to take out these 2 guards. I retrieve my ammo, able to move a little further into the outpost, and finally I reach the objective. This is the reason why the player is there. You want to grab this, escape with it, and then with the least amount of deaths possible, and bring it back to your sanctuary so you can level up your advisors and unlock the new progression. Now I have to be careful because the moment I grab this, the outpost will go into second wave. What appears there is that once I grab the gen mat, this new trap appeared, this new guard appeared, challenging me even further. The outpost alarms are blaring, and that means that the new traps and guards can become active everywhere. Now that I got the gen mat, my primary goal is to leave the outpost, obviously without dying, and as a raider you always have to remain careful until you officially made it out. Because even if you have the gen mat, the player, if you die during this exit, you will have to restart the outpost from scratch, as Ash was saying. No time is wasted, however, and even if you die and you retry, you will keep all of your resources and you'll be able to kind of just keep trying again. Clearly, Inuk has put a lot of traps here on the way out, and it's dangerous for me. So I believe I will be using my spike drive very shortly in order to be able to escape and kind of bypass all the traps that are on the way out and kind of make my way out. You're not getting me this time, Inuk. And here I think I do the double jump out of there, and here we go. I finally made it out. That was a really fun outpost.
Thank you.
Good job. So finally, as the raider, you're able to give the builder props, basically give him some accolades. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and give Inuk an ingenious and fun accolade for this one.
So now that we've been through raiding, we've learned a lot more about raiding. Thanks to you, Pierre. We want to go through building because, of course, you know, if there is raiding, there is also building because every outpost is created by someone. So we want to turn to you now, Inuk, because you're a building expert. So I want to know all about building. I want to share all your secrets. So come on, tell us.
All right, so welcome to building. This is a freshly bought plot of land. So as you can see, it comes up with a couple of blocks already in there, probably legacies from another time. What we're going to be focusing on for now is that little dotted line. That is the harvester path. This is the path that the harvester will take between the extractor that we see on screen here and the shipping station that we saw at the entrance. So that path is very important because this is how you're going to be preparing your outpost. This is probably the path the raider will take to get to that gen mat. So you want to build it up. You want to be able to modify it. So by placing down new blocks, it's possible for you to change that path. Keep in mind that the harvester will always try to use the shortest path possible. So by removing blocks, adding some obstructions in there, will make that path change. If you break that path, it will become red. And at that point, we're going to give you some hints as to what's wrong with the path. And you can remove that block and bring it back.
Ooh, I really like this menu with all the different blocks. I like the colors, the variation. I'm all about making the outpost my own, right? I'm all about fashion. It's very visible. So, of course, I love to make the outpost my own. So the fact that we have different style already, really liking it.
So right now, I'm using mostly one single block because I'm trying to do something very specific here. I've got something in my mind. I'm not going to reveal to you what it is yet because as I'm building, you're going to see it. But that's the greatest part of Meet Your Maker is we're going to give you as much tools as we can so that you can create your own stuff. We want the builders out there to have as much fun as possible to create outposts that represent them, or maybe not them, but something they want to show people. So as you can see, I finished the front side of the outpost, but what we're going to do is we're going to build the whole structure. We're going to prepare everything. So everything is built now. We focus on the front side. We're going to be preparing for the next step. So now it should be ready. So we're heading back into the outpost. The path is valid. What we want now is to fortify that first room. As you can see, it's pretty open. So what we want to do is we want to point the player into a direction. So we'll be using the corrosive cube in this example to kind of deny area for the player. So we'll be pushing that player, and we'll also be using some blocks. So the idea here is that we're going to try to use some different types of traps. We've got short-range traps, we've got long-range traps, we've got traps that are, in this case, harmless to the player, but that Iron Claw will be able to pull the player into another set of trap. In this case, we're going to be putting down an Impaler. On top of that, we're going to be putting the Bomb Ejector, because what we want is a long-range trap with chaotic output. So let's try out this setup.
So here Inuk is doing something very important. He's testing his outpost. Testing your outpost is the first layer of feedback that you will get about the effectiveness of your defenses. You literally put yourself in the shoes of the raider and experience the outpost as if the raider would be doing it. Here we can see that Inuk's latest setup is proven to be pretty effective.
So it's not a big setup, and there's still a bit of room left to add some stuff in there. So what I want to do is give the impression to the player that I've forgotten a small hole on the left side. So I'm going to try to lure the player outside the main path into this section here. So using a short-range trap, the Impaler, and a long-range trap, I'm doing a combo here, hoping to get a kill. But if the player is quick, the player might jump out. And we've got here a corrosive cube waiting, and I'm going to be adding a incinerator right here, hoping to fry the player that manages to get outside of that range. And just for good measures, let's just add an Impaler there, hoping the player will back up into it. Again, we're going to be heading into testing, trying to see if that setup is going to be working as I hope it will.
Well, I think what this is a really good example of is just how iterative the building is. With each trap setup that you create, you can swap backwards between building and testing out, and you can try out each one of your setups as you go along. And of course, it's never just about one trap or one guard. Every setup is all about the combination of different things and how they work together. And being able to test really allows you to go in and make sure that all the traps are performing exactly the way that you want and would expect. And this allows you to make sure that only when you're really ready, you set your outpost loose on the world.
Yeah, so we're pretty much done with that first room. We're going to wrap it up here for this one, and we're going to get prepared for the next part. We are now a bit further inside the outpost, and this room is pretty big. So what I want to do, I don't want to break it down into smaller chunks, so we'll use AI guards in order to defend it. So I'll use the Enforcer, which is a mid-range guard, put it behind the path, hopefully shooting the player in the back.
So yes, guards. Guards provide a powerful outpost defense. As opposed to traps or snap to the grid, guards are dynamic. They have an AI, they will force the player to move, and they accomplish this by repositioning to keep the player in the line of sight and keeping the pressure on them. Here we see that Inuk is placing a warmonger behind this column, probably hoping to surprise unsuspecting raiders. When placing guards, you're able to rotate them in any direction that you want, and interacting with the guards, players can equip different types of augmentations on them. Here, plating is put on this warmonger. This offers builders a multitude of ways to surprise the raider and ultimately get the kill on them. So looking a little higher up in this area, Inuk places a Hornet. Hornet is an amazing unit. It's one of the units we've seen seldom so far in the playthrough, but it's amazing because it can fly around in the air and shoots a slow-moving projectile that has homing properties. Another strong point of the Hornet is that since they can fly, there's really no place that they can't go. Another really cool feature that we're seeing here in Meteor Maker is the ability for us to record guards. Recording allows the builder to really record the patrol path of their guards and really orchestrate the defense of the guards within the outpost. Individually, traps and guards are fairly simple to counter. It's really through the combination of traps and guards together that a builder will be able to surprise the raider, challenge them, and get the kill on them.
So I think we've got a pretty good setup here, so we're ready for the next section. Here we are now in the last room of the outpost. It's the Gen Mat room. So as you can see, I've already placed down some guards, some traps. Defense is ready. What we're going to be doing is making this room pretty. Right now I'm using a deco that replaces the face of the block you put them on. This is really cool because it can create a different atmosphere to the whole room. We have different types of decos, and we also have decals, which I like to think of as paint because it actually adds paint on top of the existing structure. It can also be added on top of some decos. What we see here is another type of deco. This deco is going to be added on top of the existing block. So it allows you to mix and match different styles.
Yes, give me all that deco. I'm all about decoration. I really like the fact that I can make a room my room. I can decorate it. Take the time to do it as well, because you have all the time in the world to build. You know, you're chill, you can do it. And, you know, for me, it's really exciting. And I also appreciate the fact that you can use those elements to distract the raider, and then you have a trap, and here it is. You have the kill because he was looking at this beautiful decal that you put just right there. And of course, right now it's a selection that we have, but it's gonna grow throughout the time. You know, we're gonna have more decals, more paint, more everything. So that's super exciting to see that. I'm really excited about that.
I think deco is one of the great part that we have in the game, because as we were saying, it's not only attractive, it's also part of the gameplay. So now we're done with the whole building of the outpost, and we're ready to activate the outpost and get some raiders to try it out. We are now back in the sanctuary. The outpost has been offline for a while. Raiders have raided it, so we're heading into the replay station because we want to watch what happened while they were raiding. So we're going to be watching a raider called Sour Plant raid our outpost. What's really cool about this feature is that we're going to be looking at how Sour Plant is going to be raiding the outpost. Where is Sour Plant looking? How that player is going to be behaving, moving around in the outpost. It's a really good opportunity to understand if the outpost is as successful as you hope it will be. And on top of that, if you notice that there's some things you want to change, you can always exit out of the replay, head back into building, do some modification. The outpost is going to be taken offline while you're doing the modifications, but as soon as you're out, you can put it back online and continue getting those raiders to attack the outpost and earning more kills. One thing I would like you to look at is at the top of the screen, there's a timeline. And on that timeline, there are a couple of skulls up on there. Those are the death markers. This is the time where the player died. So you can always use the skip ahead to go into that specific moment and watch the raiders die. Or you can watch in between, because you might want to know how the player managed to evade the trap, how they managed to take out your defenses. This will give you clues on how you want to update your outpost. A good thing to know is that you can also watch your friends, because you're going to be able to invite your friends into raiding your outpost. And this is a really fun feature, because after that, you can have a laugh with your friends. They can give you tips on how to modify the outpost, make it better. So replays is a great tool for builders.
Yeah, the replay is another really cool feature of the Sanctuary. But the main feature of the Sanctuary are these 5 advisors and all the cool stuff that you can unlock from them, whether it's traps and guards or weapons, suits and consumables. Each one of these characters is a master of their field.
Indeed. And so now, coming out of the replay, Enoch knows how to make his outpost more deadly. He's obtained enough resources to unlock a new trap, and each trap can be modified, basically alter their basic properties. Some of it can have their range increased, others can have their projectile modified. Overall, they give the player more opportunity to surprise and outwit the players. So Enoch decides to purchase the Plasma Sentinel here, which is an amazing trap that will target player around 360 degrees. It's a great trap to pressure raiders in open areas.
So I'm heading back to the command center, and you'll notice that the command center is flashing red and there's a skull on top of it. This means that I've got an outpost that earned some kills. So we're going to head back into the outpost, and you can see I've earned 15 kills, which means there's probably more than one raider that died in there, so that's good news. As I'm heading back into the outpost, I've just unlocked that new trap, so I want to find a good place to set up that trap and have better defenses. So I'm looking for death markers. There are these things that float around, and death markers will indicate where raiders died. If you look at a death marker, you will see who died and how they died. In this case, the Impaler was a pretty good setup. I've earned 2 kills out of a couple of raiders. That's pretty good. You want to look for a lot of density in those death markers. That's how you know that your setups are good. I like to think of it as a heat map. The more there are, the better the defense is. So when you enter a room and that room is kind of empty, you know that something's lacking in this room. You can leave it as is if you want to have a breather for the raider, because sometimes that's what you want. Or you can start adding some more defenses. And I'm thinking this open area here is a great place to be using that new Plasma Sentinel. So I'm going to be putting down 2 of those traps. Hopefully the player will not be able to take them both out before he gets hit by one of the shots. So I think this is going to be adding pretty good defenses to this room and completing that whole room.
Well, we've been through a lot of, building with you, Enoch. We know everything about building right now, but I want your final thoughts on building. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. I don't know if I told you everything about building, but we went through one of the types of builds I like to do, because you can approach building in different ways. So in this one, what I did was I started by building up the facade, then the structure. I've updated the path by creating the rooms and putting that harvester all over the place, adding some combos with traps and guards, recording stuff. Then I went in and decoded the whole thing. And once it was up, what I like to do is head to the replay, watch how people die, how they circumvent my defenses, head in. If I can, unlock a new trap, a new mod, update the outpost, put it back online. And what's really cool about the whole building in Meet Your Maker is that you can own multiple outposts. So once I'm done with building, I can go raiding, or I can just go right back into building and start a new outpost, build it up, put it online. So it's an endless loop, but it's always satisfying to get those kills.
And this concludes our gameplay demo. Now, it is really up to you to come and join us and experience the world of Meet Your Maker BioSafe by joining us in our playtest, which will start on August 23rd. All you have to do is either scan the QR code that you're seeing right now on your screen or go on meetyourmakergame.com and sign up. Additionally, starting today, join us on our social media to vote for exclusive decals that we designed just for you. Vote for the one you like the most, and it will be selected to be included into the game once the game is live. Anyone who signs up starting from today up to 3rd of October will receive these exclusive decals. So go and vote. Select the one you love the most, and it will be added onto the game. It's up to you. So don't forget to sign up for the closed playtest. Now we're going to be going through some co-op. So it's live. It's very exciting. So Inouk built an outpost for us, and Pierre and Ash are going to try to survive. So let's see how it goes.
Good luck, guys.
Okie dokie. Let's give this a go.
Thanks.
All right, what have we got here? Well, this does look like an Inouk outpost. Some sort of Medusa thing going on. Pierre, what have you got loadout-wise?
I got the arc barrier and the Wastelander harpoon launcher.
There's nothing
so
on
I'm
the
scouting
outside.
the interior here. So far, so good.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far so good in the sense of no traps, but
Yeah.
I don't like rooms with no traps.
You know what happens when you get out of those outposts, right?
Yeah, okay, well.
Oh, harvester coming in.
Okay, so we're on the right route, that's for sure. It's at least a good start. Go, just go ahead. No, what?
Yeah, I'll go the arc barrier. Preemptively defending.
God.
Oh, swordsman.
Okay,
Oh,
save
shot
your
him in the
life,
legs.
save your life. Swordsman behind us, and...
Wait.
Okay, I'm good,
You
we're good,
okay?
we're good. I'm in charge. We got it. Where did they come
I
from?
gotcha. Let me see it.
Oh, cube, yeah, sneaky. Oh, you nearly got a harpoon in your
Face.
direction. All right. Ah, nice room.
Oh, watch out. Trap on the top left. I got it.
Nearly got me. Resources to pick up. Okay, Harvey's going down there. All right.
So no worries, guys. There's
Yeah.
no more traps here. You can just pick it up and
Yeah,
go.
well, I don't like being pinned in at this corner, and I don't like Harvey pinning me in.
Grab the gen mat.
Yeah, I'm
drop
going to
some
get the gem man. I'm
defenses.
just going to wait for Harvey to clear the area. I don't want him to snag me.
Let me know
Right,
when
ready?
you grab it. I'll drop my
Ready?
shield.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoop! Stuff on the floor. Oh my Hornet incident!
Oh!
I'm
was
down.
so close.
I'm down.
I got it. Oh, maybe. Gotta retrieve some ammo over here.
Yeah, you got to come and get me.
I'm coming.
Almost had you.
You
I
can
got
do
it.
it.
Come
Come
and
It'd be
on.
good to get you this time. Where is it? Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Got 1 kill so far, so that's good.
Phew.
You, sir, have been
Great
revived.
news. Great news.
Watch out.
Watch
There's-
out! What?
There's a bomb trap right above the gen mat,
Where?
and I'm out of projectiles. I need to find some
Oh,
ammo.
you got loads of stuff you stuck in. Look at your random bullets all over the roof.
Yeah, let
That
me
could be
get,
mine,
let me get this one because I'm worried I'm gonna
All right, I'm gonna go get it.
trigger it.
Wow, that's acid. Oh,
Oh no!
Okay.
I was just getting my harpoon back, and I interfaced with a corrosive cube in an unacceptable way.
Reviving you again.
Thank you. All right. Right, where were we?
All right, I got my
Death
three.
piston, take that out.
Let me grab the gen mat.
I've
still
got
don't have the gen mat.
I've got the gen mat. Do you have the gen
I was
mat?
very careful grabbing it because I know second wave traps might appear.
I doubt it.
Well, you
So-
cleaned that room pretty well.
One of your ammo up there, top right, by the way.
Where? Oh, yeah, good point, thanks.
I mean, look at those walls. You guys did pretty good work on those guys.
I'm going to take this.
I'll wait for you. Where are you at? Okay, there you are.
I'm here.
Oh, bomb trap in the back. Watch out.
Whoa!
Ooh!
That was close. Thanks for the...
Almost pulled one in.
Okay, so that room is bound to have something in it.
got
Oh, yeah, there we go.
No, okay, you go. Have you got anything?
I'm going to drop
Oh, nice.
flash barrier.
There's bombs coming in.
Oops, watch out.
Watch out what?
There was a cannon back bomb
Okay.
right beside the...
Yep.
art
Oh,
barrier.
that's down now. Grenading.
Watch out. Good job.
Okay, what are we doing down here? We got it? Have we got this? Have we got this?
Yeah, we got this.
Cannon
Oh,
back. Ah, I shot him between the legs.
What?
Cannon back still in play. He's down.
Out
Got
of
it.
ammo.
Down,
I'm out of
down,
ammo. It's
down.
all you now.
It's all me.
However,
I'm
I
out
got
of ammo.
I
What
got
do you
grenade. Let
mean?
me throw a grenade.
I got a grenade.
Where's the exit?
Do that. Let's both throw grenades.
There we
What's the chance
go.
of that going wrong?
No chances taken. All right,
Right,
now I
let's go
got
pick
some
up some
harpoons
ammo.
back.
I mean, we just have to walk out this door, right? It's like it's nothing more.
Yeah, always walk out the door without looking. It's always
I've
a good idea.
got something.
What?
Oh, so close. Look at this. Where did they come from?
We got
I
it.
don't even know.
Ooh, that was a good
Last
one.
defense has failed, but
All right.
a nice run, guys.
Good one, good one.
Very
Okay.
clever use of
Get in
traps.
there. We did it. Very good.
Clever
I like
use.
that. Where were the hornets? They were like, I came around the corner from picking up the gen mat, and there was just a wall of hornets coming out of the wall.
I was using the holo cube in order to, I put a physical mod on it. So the invisible mod, which makes it like second wave. So before second wave, it's physical. So the hornets can't go out. So I recorded the hornets going in, and once you pick up the gen mat, second wave triggers, and the hornets came out. And the same was true for the first room. So I prepared everything out, laid them down, recorded them, and waited for you guys to come out.
That bomb trap after you grabbed the gen mat was also very tricky to... I was able finally to shoot it, get the gen mat, get out of there. Really cool outpost.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Well, that was co-op. I really enjoyed that. I love the fact that I can invite my friends to play with me and go through outposts. And that's it for today. I really want to thank Pierre and Inouk for taking us through building and raiding, and of course Ash for going through the essence of Meet Your Maker. Do not forget to sign up for the closed playtest and get a chance to be selected to come and play the game. You know, we're waiting for you. Also, join our social media to know anything about Meet Your Maker. Again, thank you for being here. We hope you enjoy the show, and we'll see you very soon.